There is no doubt that at the moment, both as individuals and as a community, we are living in extraordinarily challenging times, where seemingly every day we're being asked to adjust and to find new ways of living. St. Eugene de Mazenod in rural France 200 years ago declared that whenever necessity found new needs, we needed to invent new means to address that. And what I'm hoping that this short little video does will let you know that for religious education at Iona College, we need to invent new means if we have any hope of continuing the growth of the students in their spiritual development. We're hoping that over the next period of time, while at-home learning is taking place, that we might find a way for students to continue to engage with Christ, to continue to meet Him, to continue to find ways for Him to help them through this journey, and indeed to help all Ionians. We're hoping through the concept of a pilgrimage to holy places, but also a pilgrimage internally, might be the mechanism of which we'll deliver our religious education program. It's going to require a little bit of explanation, and I'm asking if you could bear with me while we try and explain what we're hoping to do for not only the individual students at Iona, but also for the entire household, are being invited on a pilgrimage not just to somewhere new and brand new and spiritual, but a pilgrimage home into our hearts and home into the households of which we live. We are going to use the mechanism of the character strengths that each of us have been given and we've been using through our Visible Wellbeing program. Each of the students should have completed a survey which will give them a rank order of their top 24 character strengths. Each week, a particular character strength will be focused upon in religious education. And for some students, that character strength will be higher or will be further down their list of strengths. Each week, a series of activities will be asked of each student so that they will be able to demonstrate a growth in that character strength. But at the same time, we're looking for a growth in their relationship with Christ. One of the best ways to understand this pilgrimage is that it's not only to a holy place, but it's internal in our heart. And it's not just for the boys, but it's for everyone. We're asking the religious education teacher to become the pilgrim guide, but also the pilgrim themselves. And as a pilgrim themselves, we're hoping that they'll be able to share with you their journey of each particular character strength. St. Eugene de Mazenod also asked of us to learn who we are in the eyes of God. What an incredible opportunity we have over the next period of time to learn who we are in the eyes of God. We are ultimately of the belief that we matter, that we're loved, that we're valued, and that we have a purpose, and that this is a wonderful opportunity to learn that throughout this time. We're also, as Catholic Christians, of the belief that who we are is God's gift to us, and who we become is our gift to God. Essentially, another way of looking at this period of time for our religious education is to keep working on the gift of our lives. The gift of our lives that matter, that means something. And it will also be important if, as best we can, we're going to invite family members to also take the VIA Character Strength Survey to find out where the particular strength would appear in each of their family units. Each of the religious education classes would still be facilitated by the religious education teacher. There's going to be a range of different ingredients that will go into that, from Bible passages to the stories of Jesus, to the Oblate Charism, to music, to stories from our storybook of the college's history, Iona on the Hill, the local story worth sharing. All of these resources will culminate into a challenge that requires the student to leave the computer screen, to leave the safety of technology, and to go out and practice the particular strength as it's needed. There will be a series of challenges set by the teacher who will know what a year level or a student is capable of, and we're asking you, whether it's your highest or your middle ranked or one of the strengths that requires most growth, for you to really accept this invitation and challenge. We are of the belief that this pilgrimage is a journey of joy, and joy at this stage we're hoping will stand for Jesus, others, and you. that the invitation for the students and all families is that they will get to know the person of Jesus better. They will see that he demonstrated all of the character strengths that we are asked in our own lives to carry as well, even humour, which will take place throughout the course of the term. In getting to know Jesus better, we have a hope that coming out of this experience, they will continue to work on their relationship with God. The religious education classes will also include parts of our Iona culture, and we're encouraging you to make use of the Iona Hill book that each of the families were given during the start of this year and last year. And this book contains a series of stories where you'll be able to demonstrate each of the character strengths as well. We also know that during this time we've created a logo that will reflect our at-home learning, but particularly our at-home pilgrimage. Demonstrates a lot of different values and a lot of different symbols. And I really don't want to explain all of them, but maybe a couple of them would be helpful. The hands form a roof of either a religious place of worship, but also a home, which we understand from our Catholic Christian faith is the first church. The first church is the home. We know that learning is now taking place at home, and we're familiar with I being used as a letter to represent Iona, and this is hopefully seen as a relationship between Iona and home. It's not a closed roof. There are people able to enter into this family. And we've used our words underneath of kia kaha or kia kaha, depending on which part of New Zealand you're from. Our people know that that word, while being very significant for Māori culture in New Zealand, for 35 years has been significant in our culture, to be forever strong, to stay strong, to be willing. And we're hoping that through this process of kia kaha being a key value of our approach, that when this period of time passes, and it will pass, that we emerge stronger, that we haven't let the coronavirus make us bitter, but better. And that's what we hope we can be able to use this process of our religious education to do. I invite you to come on our at-home pilgrimage. You can enter it as many times as you want. You might come back and in and out, but I invite you to make the effort to learn who you are in the eyes of God. And I believe that you will find that you are mattering, that you're valued, and that you have a purpose in life. I invite you on this journey. We're going to be with you along it. We're going to pray for you every step of the journey, and we really hope that this is a wonderful opportunity to get to know Jesus better. Thank you.